So tonight, the Warriors got back in the win column with a victory over the Houston Rockets, 105-103. And this game was very exciting to the end. Stephen Curry got a buzzer beater mid-range shot to win it for the Warriors. It was tied at 103, and with 5 seconds about, he handled the ball well, got the shot off, and won the game for them. This game, started out kind of frustrating. The Rockets controlled the first half. They were leading by double digits. Curry was 1 for 10 shooting to start the game off. But then, he turned it around. He definitely played a lot better. He ended up with a double-double with 22 points and 12 assists. Jordan Poole also had 20 points, and he was in the starting lineup. No Klay Thompson this game. He got some rest. Otto Porter Jr. stepped up on defense as well, got 13 points and 17 for Wiggins. So that, 4 of the 5 players in the starting lineup were in double figures, and Looney had 8 points, so very close to all players in the starting lineup being in double figures, which is great. Yeah, much needed win for the Warriors. Coming into this, they lost a lot of games in this recent stretch, and especially, recently to the Pacers in overtime. And obviously the Rockets are a 14-win team. This was a must-win, not just because they're a 14-win team and it would be embarrassing to lose to them, but the Warriors needed to get back in the win column. And definitely a good victory. The Warriors now are 20 games above 500, 33-13 now. It was actually his first career buzzer beater shot. So, it's crazy to think he's an all-time great, and it was his first buzzer beater shot, game-winning shot. The Rockets coming into this actually allowed the most points per game in the NBA. So, the Warriors kind of had the edge coming into it, but they didn't play super well to start off. They had 24 points in the first quarter. Second quarter was terrible for the Warriors, but we all know the Warriors usually, if they're down by a lot, they'll have a good third quarter, and they did, scoring 33 points compared to the Rockets' 22, and that really got them back in the game, pretty much tying it up at that point. And then, heading into the fourth, it was back and forth at that point, but the Warriors came ahead. They scored, very well at the end of the game, hitting clutch shots from Jordan Poole, and then, of course, Stephen Curry with the buzzer beater. And I think tonight was a lot less sloppy than before. I think the turnovers are still too much. 17 turnovers, still a lot too much. But I think, for a win, a win's a win at this point, and I'm happy they got the win in general. Considering our schedule coming up, our next 2 games are going to be tough. Especially, we're playing the Jazz and Mavericks. It's definitely going to be difficult, but I think the Warriors need to win these games. And ones like these are important for the standings. We're 3 games back of the Suns, which, doesn't sound like too much, but it wasn't that much a couple weeks ago. So we got to just keep winning. And, I think we should have won by more personally, but like I said, a win's a win. For the Rockets, they had a pretty good game from Christian Wood. He had 19 points. Obviously, they're kind of rebuilding, so they're not very good. But Kevin Porter Jr. had 17 points, 14 from Kenyon Martin, 10 from Jayshawn Tate, 10 for Eric Gordon, and 12 for Garrison Matthews. But besides that, no one broke 20 points. And I'm happy the Warriors won this. I think a win's a win. We didn't have Klay. Obviously, Draymond is still out for extended time. And so I think, we just got to win as much as we can without the guys that we need. Because once they come back, I think the Warriors are going to be significantly better. And I think, Curry definitely displayed how good of a player he is at coming back from mistakes. Obviously, shooting 1 for 10, doing very terribly. And also, he went 0 for 5 from the field to start the game and just had 6 points at halftime, going 1 for 9, and then eventually 1 for 10. But he scored in 11 points of the Warriors' 33 points in the third quarter, so a third of their points, and he passed the ball very well, of course, getting 12 assists. So, I'm happy about that. I think the Warriors, like I said, they got to have good production from their whole team, and especially Curry early on to win these games. And I think, obviously, that's something they've been struggling with lately, even tonight. That's going to do it. The Warriors defeat the Houston Rockets in a buzzer beater fashion, 105-103. Good win for the Warriors. Moved to 33-13. Rockets moved to 14-33. And we will play the Jazz next, which we beat them earlier this year, but of course they're a great team, so I wouldn't count them out. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and go Warriors.